be an investigation. Okay? So you can go see the full article up on Infowars.com. While smearing liberty lovers as terrorists, DHS lets actual terrorists into America. Continuing, Greenwald. Criticism of President Hillary will be labeled misogynistic, just as any opposition to Obama will be labeled as racist. Don't like putting higher payroll taxes on poor people under Obamacare? You're a racist. Another important article of economic cycle theorists are correct. 2015, 2020 will be pure hell for the United States. The Fed is the great deceiver. Great article by Paul Craig Roberts, because it's not even the Fed. And then a very important article by BizPac Review. We're falling for Obama's wag the dog moment, says Colonel Allen West. Former Congressman Allen West was questioned, and has questioned the timing of the Obama administration's focus on the kidnapped Nigerian schoolgirls, saying it's fishy to him. Again, the former Army colonel said, and former congressman. Ladies and gentlemen, it's more than fishy. Hillary Clinton put Boko Haram in a no penalty box to protect them, just like they have a list of terrorists that are allowed to come in the U.S. and are left alone. So that article, the Allen West article, dovetails. We'd have one of our people do a story on that. Dovetails with the DHS terrorist walk list. Because the real terrorists, folks, are precious little angels to the New World Order. This is how they get to invade all these countries, take all our liberties. I mean, really, it's an easy equation to understand. That's why they attack the premise 2 + 2 = 4, because it's hiding in plain view. But Boko Haram, even the establishment Rhodes Scholar, best-selling author Naomi Wolf has come out and said that clearly Boko Haram, they are a CIA globalist front created the year Obama got in the administration. And that's why it's so sick to see them using as an excuse to invade Africa and militarize it, as they use Libya they've taken over the last 3 years as a new al-Qaeda base. And to have her on MSNBC, that really freaked them out. Naomi Wolf suggests Boko Haram is a CIA conspiracy. And they've got the Neocom site, Front Page Mag, that's been critical of me, I know, come out and say Naomi Wolf endorsed the burqa despite building a career around claiming to be a feminist. Now she's opposing the plan to stone gay men under Sharia law. The one suspects that opponents because she opposes TPP, a free trade agreement involving, and it just goes on, Brunei. Why would anybody on the so-called right be defending Hillary Clinton right now when she made sure they didn't get on the terror list so that funds could keep going to them? That's mainstream news. She got criticized when she did it 6 years ago when Obama got in office. And why would they then tie it in to her other statements to discredit her? It's just amazing. Because the truth is, at the top, the establishment does not want it known that the globalists are creating most of these radical Muslims to, again, be used to scare us into submission, to destroy our way of life, and to secure the criminal takeover. The entire Homeland Security apparatus is on record pointed at the Tea Party, conservatives, libertarians, returning veterans, Christians, and pro-lifers. It's publicly pointed. This broadcast 6 years ago got the secret documents, exposed it here. It was unbelievable at the time to people. Now it's like, yeah, tell me something I don't know. Okay, well, now it's in Forbes, and it's in the Washington Times, and it's in the Associated Press, and it's on the Discovery Channel that the Army's main domestic mission is taking on gun owners. That's high treason. We should not just accept this now. They didn't want it exposed because they wanted to secretly build this takeover. We exposed it so it woke the military up because they're decompartmentalized. Now we've got to dismantle the domestic military that's totally unconstitutional, that's being built and pointed at the American people for a total hardcore takeover. We're going to be back with Warren Buffett's latest outrages.
Let's face it, folks. Times, they are a-changin'. Whether you're a hardcore survivalist or not, Colloidal Silver Water and Cream should be in everyone's medicine cabinet or bug-out bag. If the grid goes down, you'll still need to stop infections and kill germs. Colloidal Silver Water and Cream does that. It's affordable and storable. Stock up today at colloidalresearch.com. It's made in America using only pure and natural ingredients. No preservatives or additives. Read all about it at colloidalresearch.com. Check it out, colloidalresearch.com.
Harvest Right is the world's first in-home freeze dryer. Freeze dry your own fruits, vegetables, meats, and full meals. With Harvest Right, you can prepare foods that last 25 years, preserving its freshness, nutrition, color, and taste. All your food can be freeze-dried. So don't throw away your leftovers. Freeze-dry them with this incredible in-home money-saving freeze dryer. Go to HarvestRight.com to see how the Harvest Right freeze dryer works. That's HarvestRight.com.
I'm sick of how the big drug companies are keeping men from fixing their ED without pills. Matt Cook here from GetEDSolutions.com, and I've helped thousands of men fully recover from ED without pills, pumps, or supplements. But the big drug companies collect $5 billion in revenue from sales of ED medications. They don't want my message to get out.
Things are so much better now. Everything kind of came back overnight. My girlfriend is very happy.
I purchased your product yesterday and it was fantastic.
I have used your system for about 3 weeks and I'm already seeing great results.
If you're one of the 52% of men who suffer ED, you must go to my website at GetEDSolutions.com and watch an instant web class that shows you how to get rid of your ED forever from the privacy of your own home. That's GetEDSolutions.com for an eye-opening web class you can watch instantly. You'll never be the same, and your wife or girlfriend will thank you because you were smart enough not to just believe the big drug companies, but to find out the truth about ED at GetEDSolutions.com. That's GetEDSolutions.com. GetEDSolutions.com.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there's a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, InfoWars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security while sticking their hands down on the pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere. And that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch, the Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with up to 11 friends and family. Visit InfoWarsNews.com today. Become a member, share your membership, and help take the InfoWar to the next level.
Attention, America. Within a little-known government document is devastating information that could cost the United States its most valuable asset. My name is Jeff Opdyke, former reporter for the Wall Street Journal. I've uncovered shocking evidence within the details of document FT900, revealing the largest cover-up of President Obama's career. This will have a substantial impact on our nation. Millions of Americans will fall into poverty overnight. A recent report from the Treasury Department said an event of this nature has, quote, the potential to be catastrophic. Within a matter of weeks, the way of life for millions of Americans will be destroyed, and the standard of living will be like nothing this country has seen in nearly a century. To learn how you can protect yourself and your family from this government attack, visit www.obamasecret1.com. Again, that's www.obamasecret1.com.
I can see for miles and miles and miles and miles and miles.
Waging war on corruption, crashing to the lies and disinformation. I'm Alex Jones, your host. Thank you so much for joining us on this live Tuesday, the 13th day of May, 2014. Let me just give you some of the headlines, and I'll get into the Warren Buffett story. Study: people ignored on Facebook feel isolated, less meaningful existence. Other studies show the same thing for people that use computers more than 3 hours a day. We'll be getting into those studies. Also, we're going to give you the latest on the whole situation in Africa. That's the wag the dog for Obama with Boko Haram leader running around in CIA central casting. Also, a video that just went up on Infowars.com with a full article is unbelievably shocking. Radio listeners should go watch it. Cops attack family with tasers and pepper spray for having party in their own home. And more, I hear about people even having genteel parties. And the cops are so afraid of parties of large groups that they send SWAT teams. And most police departments are converting large segments of the force to, quote, SWAT teams, even having them in areas like Denver run highway checkpoints randomly. You pull up to guys in masks with guns like you're in central Mexico or something. So we're going to be getting into that. Also exclusive, after 500 years, one of the biggest nautical undersea discoveries ever. The flagship of Christopher Columbus, they believe they found. We'll tell you about that. And brain science fires up neurons of managers. Former Israeli PM Ehud Olmert handed 6-year jail sentence for reportedly receiving millions of dollars of bribes. Folks, at that level, they're almost all involved in it in these major Western governments. And I'm not defending Ehud Olmert, but that is a tit-for-tat political thing against him. You got to wonder what he did that made somebody mad. That's just how it works. They can always find something. You can fill out your checkbook wrong and online, the FBI will call it wire fraud these days. Just a totally corrupt system. We have the largest prison population in the world in this country. And they don't care if it's open tyranny. You can send drones out to kill U.S. citizens, you get a medal. Now, let's get into the really serious news. Warren Buffett has given $1.2 billion to abortion groups. May 13th, 2014 marks 1 year since Philadelphia abortion Dr. Kermit Gosnell was convicted of first-degree murder in the deaths of 3 babies who were delivered alive and then killed. I thought they're fetuses, though, because they were ruled babies. There they are, babies. With scissors at his grimy House of Horrors clinic. As long as it's clean, it's okay, I guess. According to the Associated Press, Gosnell instantly became the face of abortion in the pro-life community. And again, here's my view on abortion. I don't judge people that have been involved in it. If they thought it was birth control, they were young, they were poor, it was first trimester, you didn't think you were killing a child. I'm not a hypocrite, okay? But as you grow and you learn what's going on, you learn there's more people that want to adopt than there even are abortions every year. That's why there's such a big export of babies from outside the U.S., mainly from Asia. That's why you discover that it's about a eugenics program of being anti-human. And then you learn that we're only getting about 1.3, 1.4 Americans born for every 2 adults. We won't even be able to pay Social Security and everything. The West is dying, in the words of Pat Buchanan. He wrote a book called that, showing the demographics of it. The West, Germany, all of it, Japan is in the West. It's dying. The most advanced, most intelligent, high IQ countries, on average, are gone. They're already gone. There's no reversing it. And these are the countries where the biggest push goes to don't have kids. So it's the West committing suicide. Look at that headline. Millennials too realistic to have children. Huffington Post. And look, if you don't want to have kids, more power to you. That's your business. But they're setting up this tax system and everything where you can't afford to have kids. And it's a eugenics program. But the point is, Warren Buffett's put more than $50 billion in the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that he partners and shares with them. And it's all his private companies end up, the profit is tax-free and is put in that. Then they take the skim off the top, his mansions, his helicopters, all of it. He has a small house in Omaha and part of a stage deal for the public. And, you know, ice cream cones he eats on TV, little non-threatening old man. He owns big banks that are the majority launderers of drug money. And that lease the aircraft to fly the narcotics. I mean, that's AP, Bloomberg, you name it. But, oh, he's Warren Buffett. He's sweet. Meanwhile, the cops are going to come to your school with checkpoints in the hallways to try to find marijuana. It's totally evil. It's totally evil.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the
video of the
GCN
cops
Radio
going crazy
Network.
in Houston's coming up.